Hi Book Club, happy last day of school and happy last day of the book. Today we're doing the opposite of what we usually do. We are going to read independently first and then stop when you get to the last chapter of the book, and I'll read that last chapter with you. Or if you just can't resist and you don't want to hear my voice anymore, that's fine, but read the last chapter on your own if that's the case. When you're completely done with the whole thing, I want you to record your favorite part of the book and send it in. I'll give you a little assignment Dropbox to put it in. And I'm going to use it next year when I do book club so the kids can see what everybody's favorite part was. I just wanted to say thanks for reading extra and always being involved in this book club. It was so much fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you. And if you like this book, there is the sequel, and it just came out. So it's on Amazon. So if you're looking for something to read, look it up this summer. So have a nice break, and I'll see you in the fall. Chapter 67. I ran as fast as the wind could carry me, adrenaline powering my skinny little legs. With each step, I whispered a prayer. Please, let me get there before the loan sharks do. I turned the corner onto Coast Boulevard just as the loan sharks' Cadillac pulled into the motel. As the 3 loan sharks got out of their car with their suitcases full of cash, I raced into the parking lot screaming, Mom, Dad, don't do it. Mr. Yao's bluffing. My parents promptly called the deal off. The loan sharks grumbled about how they came all this way and went to a great deal of effort to put the money together. So my dad gave them $20 for the gas and their troubles, and they piled back into their car and left. As they drove away, my parents collapsed onto the ground. That was close, my mother exclaimed. My dad put his hand over his pounding heart as he stared at the wide open sky. Thank God, my dad said. My parents lay panting on the side of the parking lot. I walked over to the front desk and called Mr. Yao. Mr. Yao, we'd like to make an offer on the motel, I said. $300,000 and not a penny more. He said yes, I screamed, running through the motel. The Weekleys were in Hank's room playing Monopoly. When they heard the news that Mr. Yao agreed to sell to us, Hank slapped the Monopoly board and all the pieces went flying. What did I tell ya? Hank said to Billy Bob. If it can happen in Monopoly, it can happen in life. Mr. Yao came over with Jason and his real estate agent the next day, as did Lupe's dad, Mr. Cooper, the immigrants, Mr. Abian from the convenience store, Mr. Bagwadi from the laundromat, and some of the people, Motel SA people, who had driven down because they wanted to see their new motel with their very own eyes. Mr. Cooper brought over his lawyer friend who helped us draw up a contract. There were so many people we couldn't all fit in the manager's quarters. We had to put chairs and tables out in the parking lot. All right, let's get this over with, Mr. Yao said. It took ages for Mr. Yao and his agent to count up all the money. When he was fully convinced it was all there, Mr. Yao lugged the bag over to his car and dumped it in the trunk. His agent then sat down with Mr. Cooper's lawyer and pored over the sales and purchase agreement. We all huddled around them, watching as they wrote in each other's names under buyer. There were so many owners, we needed 3 additional pages just to fill out our names. My father's voice shook as he told the agent how to spell his name. I never thought this day would actually happen, he said. Me neither, my friend, said Hank, putting an arm around my dad's shoulder. Me neither. When everyone finished signing their names, and Mr. Yao officially handed my parents the keys, Lupe and I jumped up and down screaming, We did it! We did it! We did it! Jason smiled. You know what I'm gonna do? Hank asked, his eyes twinkling. What? I asked. Hank ran toward the sparkling blue pool. He let out a yelp as he jumped in, fully clothed. "Hey," Mr. Yao called, but only with a fraction of his usual force. "You can't jump into my pool with your clothes on." "It's not your pool anymore," Hank called back. Mr. Yao opened his mouth to protest, then closed it. One by one, Lupe and all the weeklies and essay people and immigrants jumped in too. My dad threw my mom in, and my mom shrieked with glee. Everyone was waiting for me to come in. I turned to Jason. "You coming?" I asked him. Jason turned to his dad and asked if he could stay. Mr. Yao scoffed. "You don't want to go swimming with these losers, do you?" he asked his son. Jason shook his head. "No, Dad," he said. "I'm going swimming with the winners." Hand in hand, we jumped into the pool. As we splashed and swam in the sun-kissed water, my mother suddenly remembered something very important. Wait, she said. "Let's get a picture." "I'll take it," Hank jumped out. As he held his hand up and clicked, I looked around at my new family and smiled. It was a picture I'd been waiting a long, long time for.